When planning the National Prescription Drug Plan, the National Insurance Board kept invalids of the Bahamas in mind. Those sometimes forgotten voices are covered in the drug plan. Drug Plan Manager Tammy Francis explains who is covered under the invalid category.
An invalid, as defined by the National Insurance Board, is a person who has been certified by a medical doctor to be permanently unable to work as a result of an illness that is not job related.
Many Bahamian citizens categorized as invalids have registered for the drug plan so far.
Thus far, for those registered for the drug plan, invalids represent 15% or over 1,000 persons approved and processed for the ACE-RX cards.
Invalids can have any number of diseases. Mrs. Francis tells us what diseases they are covered for.
There is no one disease or condition associated with the invalids registered for the drug plan. As a matter of fact, the invalids have a mixture of all of the conditions that are currently covered under the plan.
Those categorized as invalids had this to say about the National Prescription Drug Plan.
So I think that this is a great plan that is, that is uprising and that's on the way. And that, I just hope that others will, eventually catch on and, grasp this opportunity while they have the, time.
Well, I hope it to benefit me in a tremendous way because when I go to other pharmacies, in other words, I have a med card. And I use the med card to go to government clinics. And when I go to the pharmacy in particular, to get a pharmacy, sometimes it doesn't have the medication that I need. If you go outside the pharmacy, the private store, you obviously have to pay. But I when I go to the pharmacy or government pharmacies, but then when you get your prescription, you have to wait. Sometimes you have to wait around for hours, and after you got to come back a day after and all of that. So I think that the card will benefit me tremendously in a tremendous way.
I think that the drug plan is a very interesting program that the Bahamas National Insurance Board is putting into effect, and it will benefit a number of Bahamians who at this time are unable to pay for some of their pharmaceutical prescription drugs. The plan itself, yet again I'm going to say, is a beautiful one, and we're waiting on it to come into effect. Whereas on numerous occasions you go to the hospital, they doesn't have your prescription 1 or 2. You leave from there and you go to the various pharmacies. They doesn't have your prescription 1 or 2. This card, if it should come in effect, would allow us to go to any private pharmacy and purchase our prescription drug if they too should have it. And then the private pharmacy is not as quick and fast as some people think as the public pharmacy, but we can say one thing, that the private pharmacy always have your drug, but we just can't, and I myself personally cannot afford some of the cost for the drugs. So it's a very beautiful program, initiative that the government put into place, and I can't wait for the program to come into effect.
For more information on card collection and registration, visit nibdrugplan.com or call the Drug Plan office at 356-2070.